Welcome to the third section, which covers the specifics of disinfection of the working environment and equipment in the practice. In previous sections, we looked at different types of pathogen, the diseases they cause, and the types of disinfectant that can be used to control them. Then we looked at standard operating procedures, the management of high-risk cases, and the organisms we try to eradicate. In this section, we'll be looking more closely at the environment in which we work and setting out some general rules for surface cleaning. Then we'll look at specialized items of equipment and how to clean them, before ending with a look at swab testing. As before, you'll have the opportunity to test your knowledge with 8 multi-choice questions before moving on to the fourth section. The ideal practice will be designed for hygiene maintenance from the ground up. It will have easy clean floors with seamless wrapped edges to reduce hard-to-reach areas where bacteria can gather, air conditioning for theatres, recovery and isolation areas, as well as provision for smooth transit of patients around the practice. Uncluttered, clean surface areas will minimise bacterial growth, but because many pathogens are transferred by touch or spread in the air, special precautions will be needed in these cases. There'll be more on this in a moment. Consulting rooms should contain only the equipment necessary for examining each new patient. Again, anything we touch or use on or for the patient must receive a cleaning and disinfection process afterwards. Waste should be disposed of according to SOP after each patient. A minimum of 2 consulting rooms is recommended. While one is in use, the other will be under cleaning and disinfection. Theatres are an obvious risk area, and detailed cleaning after each patient is vital. All surfaces need cleaning using high-level disinfectants, and where cases of known sporing bacterial infection have been in surgery, a sporicidal product such as Chemgene HOCl should be used in accordance with manufacturer's instructions. We will be looking separately at instrument disinfection in section 4, but first we'll take a closer look at surface cleaning. We have previously noted that cleaning is the first stage of disinfection. However, products such as Anagene HLD4 are combinations of cleaning agents and powerful disinfectants, which work by breaking down the organic shields that can protect microbes, and it can only perform effectively if it is not overwhelmed by soils. Uncleaned floors and other surfaces will transfer considerable soils onto a mop, bucket, or onto a cleaning cloth. It is therefore necessary to remove all visible solid waste, dirt, dust, and grease before disinfecting. In fact, if the disinfectant cleaning solution becomes cloudy, discard it and make a fresh batch. Let's look at the SOP for cleaning. Cleaning and disinfection should be carried out by trained operators according to written standard operating procedures. Always work to a pre-agreed checklist, so you ensure all cleaning and, importantly, post-cleaning protocols are completed correctly. Keep color-coding rules to match cleaning equipment with related areas only. Always mop floors using a zigzag across the body movement, not up and down. Rinse the mop in the disinfectant cleaner regularly during the cleaning session. Make a fresh batch of disinfectant cleaner for each cleaning area. It is not good practice to leave a mop standing in a bucket of used disinfectant cleaner. Dirty cleaning tools will spread their captured soils and microbes about the floor. Make sure the cleaning equipment is itself cleaned and left hanging to dry after use, or immerse in fresh disinfectant solutions before rinsing and hanging equipment to dry. Just like reading the label on pharma products, you should always study the product label and material safety data sheets before using any chemical for the first time, so you can understand the recommended dilution strengths. These should then be written into the SOP to ensure they are always used correctly. Trigger sprays are best set on the droplet spray setting to diminish inhalation risks. Dispose of waste immediately and securely to avoid cross-contamination. The simplest patient contact items can be a source of cross-infection. Even a leather dog lead can provide a nutrient source for microbial breeding. We know that regular laundering of bedding is vital, but don't forget to clean heat cushions and similar items used in recovery. For items that cannot be laundered, regular careful wiping with Anagene HLD4 wipes or spray wiping with an unfragranced Anagene spray will provide adequate protection. Ensure that the disinfected item is thoroughly dry because cats, for example, will want to groom out any residual trace of a chemical disinfectant which may cause irritation. Disinfectants containing sensitizing agents, for example glutaraldehyde or PHMB, should be used with caution near animals. Stethoscopes and oroscopes may be equipped with disposable operation tips or pads, but the instruments themselves should receive regular cleaning and disinfection with high-level disinfectant wipes. Portable X-ray machines may be moved around by the practitioners and nurses. Here again, high-level disinfectant wipes should be used when the items are returned. In the surgical theatre, non-disposable items will be subjected to very particular reprocessing, and we look at this in more detail in section 4. But general surfaces should receive the same careful attention as given to all critical areas, starting with removal of spot marks or deposits and a thorough clean, followed by a more detailed disinfectant clean. Periodic, deeply detailed theatre cleaning should be conducted by a specialized critical facilities cleaning company. The effectiveness of a cleaning and disinfection SOP can be evaluated by routine swab testing of key areas of the surface environment, checking for pathogens and indicator organisms. Swab testing should be conducted prior to cleaning and after cleaning for best comparative results. Swab test kits are available from properly authorized independent test laboratories, although it is important to note that background flora will always be evident if cultured. After a swab has been taken, it is sent to the laboratory and should arrive within 24 hours of being taken. The laboratory will grow and enumerate the microbes resulting. Typically, a practice might want to know the volume presence of any of the most frequently encountered microbes. A laboratory may wish to examine the environment by sampling key areas in precise sections of 100 square millimeters. The laboratory will identify the microbe and its rate of growth at the measurement site. The laboratory can be requested to look at the swab sample for evidence of a specific organism, e.g. Pseudomonas or MRSA. The principle is to maintain a checking system of the effectiveness of the infection control SOP throughout the practice or in critical areas. The SOP will be influenced by the results, and the procedures will be modified accordingly. Following this, retraining of personnel will also be necessary. Well, that's the end of section 3, and I hope you found this informative. Why not test your knowledge now by taking the quiz? Simply click on the quiz button below. Don't worry if you get any wrong. You can always go back and review this video to refresh your memory and try again. You can then move on to the next section. As I mentioned earlier, section 4 goes into more details on instrument reprocessing.